And that's what you get for filming while you're going down an icy slope. Oh well, not the worst, Bill. Won't be the last. The view here is good, but is number 2 on the 52 with the view. People, I saw 2 people heading over to Webster. 1 kid heading up to Jackson, and then a couple heading up to Jackson just a little while ago. So. And today we're gonna head up towards Elephant Head. We'll pass it, actually. It looks like it's more on the road. Up to Bogle Cliff via the Webster-Jackson Trail. Go over the Webster branch to Mount Webster, and then take the AT 1.3 miles, which is the Webster Cliff Trail, up to Mount Jackson, and then come down Mount Jackson via the Jackson Branch Trail, and then basically it's going to do it like a lollipop. Brought the snowshoes, but by looking around, I'm going to go without them. I don't believe there's enough snow for snowshoes today. I do have micro spikes and a bunch of other winter gear. So here we go. So here we are across the street, about to head in. I've been up this trail before. It says Mount Webster's 2.5 miles, Mount Jackson 2.6. We're gonna hit Webster first, so about 2.5 miles. This part of the Crawford Notch is always extremely cold. The wind whips right down through there. So I'm gonna get in the woods as fast as possible. So here we are on top of the Elephant Head, and I have no idea what it is. I think if it's just a cliff, or if it looks like something from the road, but I'm on top of it. There's a 0.2 mile turn off from where I started. So as you can see in my background is where I parked down there. Train track. Actually, I'll turn around. So we have that's Mount Willard right there. And then we got the Wiley Range continues behind it. Train track for the Conway Scenic Railroad. AMC Lodge down there. I'm parked right there. As you can see, there's lots of snow up here. I haven't put traction on yet. It was quite icy on the way up here, but not too bad as long as you watch where you step. And I forgot to mention I think it's about 12 degrees right now. Snow's starting to fall. So this is supposed to be the nicer of the days this week. It's supposed to rain. Will probably snow here. It seems like it always snows up in Crawford Notch. But I'm going to head up to Mount Webster, which actually that's the Webster Cliffs behind me. And Mount Webster is actually one of the 25, or is it 50 with a view. And we'll go see what that view is all about. Willard, like I said, is across right over there, and that's got a killer view. So I'm sure this isn't going to disappoint as long as the clouds stay away. And then we'll head up to Jackson, which is one of the New Hampshire 4,000 footers. Jackson will be my 18th trail right summit. So it's 18 mountains summited one at a time. And it is on the New Hampshire 4,000 footer list. So, and it's kind of out of the way of the rest of the presidentials. So it's something that if you don't have all day, do by itself. I did it with that. I did that one, the one in between in Eisenhower. I don't remember what the other one was for the life of me right now. And then came back down. And it was an 8-hour day or so. There's a video on that. I can put the link in the top, but it was a good day. It was the first time we hit snow up on the summits this year, up on Eisenhower. So anyways, I'm gonna get going. My hands are frozen. I don't have my gloves on. So see you in a bit. A little important lesson here for winter hiking. See the footsteps go up that way? I was following them. The footsteps are not the blazes. The blazes up there, up there. So hopefully he caught his way, turned and went the other way, because if not, he's gonna be going the wrong way. Beautiful out here today. Love the snow. Just got to work on some of my winter gear still. I'm not liking these pants. They fit awesome during the summertime. Wintertime with the extra layers underneath, they're not so good. And then of course I have all my stuff in my pockets that runs on electronics because everything failed last time we were hiking when it was warmer than this actually. So I've got my phone, because that's what I use for GPS, in one pocket, and my GoPro and my mic in the other pocket, and my batteries in one pocket, and I feel like I can't even move. So I definitely got to come up with, I think I'm going to try some a new hip pack and hand warmers, keep all the stuff warm while I'm hiking, because this isn't working for sure. So I'm going to be down in New York and Massachusetts over the next couple of weeks. I am going to stop in REI and find some nice hiking pants for the winter time, because I don't know if I have to get the next size up or something. I need something that can vent too, because you can see I got the knees open. They're supposed to have vents. These ones turn into shorts, but they make me sweat bad and I can't cool down, but yet I'm cold when I start. So I got to find something that can vent and stretch here, because these have no spandex in them. That was a big mistake. These were all like 100% nylon, and you need something that can definitely stretch a little bit. And of course I bought 2 pairs of these when I didn't know any better, and they work good as shorts but not so good as pants. Anyways, I'm gonna keep on going here. So here we are at the intersection to go up, head up that way to Mount Jackson, and then of course this way is going to head over to Webster Cliff Trail. Mount Webster is 1.1 miles, and it's 1.2 up to Jackson, and then I believe it's a mile in between the two. So we got 3 more miles before we, or 3+ miles before we come back to this intersection, do the lollipop loop. So slow going today, because you gotta try not to sweat. It's not easy today, and then the wind blows and you get cold. So, oh well, you know. But listen, you hear it? Nothing. That is awesome. There's one person in front of me. I haven't heard anybody coming up behind me. It could be a ways out, but I don't expect to see too many people. Normally I'd head up to the 4,000 footer first and then over to the less popular one, but I think we'll be fine today. Really slippery trail coming down here, and of course I leaned against a tree and it snowed on me pretty bad, but I found an awesome looking frozen waterfall, or a trickle that's turned into a frozen waterfall, one or the other. Nice, awesome. So I'm probably, I'd say about a half a mile from the summit of Webster. Nobody has been on this trail since it snowed. I don't think this is a very popular mountain. Beautiful trail, but all the snow is bringing the pine boughs down, so every time you hit one, you get dumped on with snow. So I'm gonna put my my shell back on, just even though I really don't want to, because I may sweat, but I don't want to get wet from the snow. Lots of rabbit tracks. Just got up to the intersection. This is the AT I'm on right now. Yeah, we're gonna head that way when we go to Mount Jackson, but we're gonna head down this way to Mount Webster. According to the sign, it's 0.1 mile to the summit. So I guess the AT goes over Mount Webster. Yeah, I didn't think it did, but I guess it does. And then, according to this, whoa, can't walk. According to this, Silver Cascade's down that way. I came from that way. I have no idea what that was. Crawford Notch is 2.2 miles. It was a long 2.2 miles for some reason. I don't know if I'm dragging butt this morning or what, but I'm going to head up to the summit. The wind's picked up quite a bit here, so I don't know how windy it is at the summit. So I'll check in. I'll get at least some video of the view when I'm up there. But anyways, onward. Across a little path, and I followed. There's no sign, but there's a little lookout. It's over Crawford's Notch. I'm sure you can see this from the top, but I don't know. I see a lot of trees, so I'm not really sure how the view is going to be at the top. So over there is where we're heading. That right there is Mount Jackson. And then over there is the one that I cannot remember the name. I still looked at the map. And then you got Washington, the tall one, and then the lower snow-peaked one over there is Eisenhower. So let's check out the view. As high as I could, and it started going back down. So I didn't see any summit markings, but there's quite a bit of snow up there. So if there's a cairn or something, it could be buried. But anyways, I'm gonna call this one summited. The view here is good, but is number 2 on the 52 with a view. I don't know about that. I mean, winter, usually the views look better, and it's okay. I've seen better. I think Mountain Heights better, but anyways, it is nice up here. It's nice looking down on route. We're on 302. I always want to call it 16 for some reason. Route 302, and seeing the little matchbox cars go by. And then, of course, we have the Wiley Range across from us. So anyways, I'm going to head over towards Jackson now. I believe the AT goes down this way. I haven't checked on the map for sure, but I didn't realize the AT went over Webster. But it must go down that way, and then that trail starts to go downhill, and then it hits the Webster Cliffs, which one of these days I will do. I don't know if I'll save it for when I do the Appalachian Trail or do it before. That looks like a killer hike, but it's either a hitch or a car spot, because you go down by the Wiley house, and then you end up actually over here, so over by the train station. So anyways, onward to Jackson. So a little change of plans. The wind's so mild here. I'm gonna have a little snack. So let's make some warm food. Of course, now the wind will pick up, right? Pretty good hike over. The only thing is the last stretch was pretty steep and icy, and I had taken off my micro spikes off I don't know, quarter of the way over, and I thought it wasn't that far up, and it ended up being quite a ways up. So if I would have done it again, I probably would have put my micro spikes back on before I did that last stretch. And there was a couple snow drifts that were quite deep. I ended up putting on my Gaiters because the snow was getting to the top of my boots. They were so deep. But other than that, the snow was consistently like maybe between 2 and 5 inches the whole way over. Woo! I don't even know what's coming out with this wind. So I'm almost to the summit. I'll be there in probably 5 minutes. So anyway. 4,052 feet, I believe. So a little windy up here, but I'm kind of out of the wind here over on this side by the summit rock right there. Okay, I was saying it was a decent hike over. One section all blowdowns, and then one section I probably should have micro spikes on, but and then one section actually they had quite deep snow drifts. So got Washington right up there with the snow, and then there's I think Monroe. I can't remember which one's in the middle. Then Eisenhower, and then that one is this one I still have not looked in the map to see what it was. I cannot remember, and I've been on the top of it. Pierce, I think it's Pierce. Anyways, I'll get a video of the view, and then I'm gonna head down and get a nice cup of hot coffee on the way home. Still hovering around 20 degrees, and good if you keep going, but when you stop in the wind, it gets a little cold. Here we go. That's what you get. And that's what you get for filming while you're going down an icy slope. Oh well, not the worst, Bill. Won't be the last. Back down to the intersection. It turned out about 3.5 hours. I stopped and talked to 3 different people. I saw 2 people heading over to Webster, 1 kid heading up to Jackson, and then a couple heading up to Jackson just a little while ago. So, and then somebody had come in before me this morning. That's all it's been here today that I know of. So anyways, yeah, it was 5.5 miles from the car out to Webster-Jackson, back down to this intersection. So it's about this whole trip should be a little over 6 miles, and it was yeah, 3.5 hours. So not too bad, and I probably got another half an hour, 45 minutes down. Depends on how tired I get, I guess, because I know it's not AC. I've already done this part. I didn't use my spikes most of this trip. A few places I should have that I didn't. But anyways, it all worked out good, and I had fun. So a lot of boot skiing down. So maybe check into the car. I always say that, and I never do. But who knows?